I couldn't think of a better place to come than Caffeine Machine with something like the Mustang V8. So basically I hopped on a boat, drove down through Wales and got over to Caffeine Machine, and they couldn't be more welcoming. I spent the last couple of days here just checking the place out, just really enjoying myself, soaking the whole thing up. It's been quiet enough in the mornings, but there's always events on, and usually the weekends are really busy. The owner Phil stopped to talk to me for a while, and I really enjoyed that, and he's really busy at the moment, so I very much appreciated his time to just stop and chat for 2 minutes. But this Caffeine Machine place, I wish we could do this in Ireland. So what you can do here at Caffeine Machine, you can hang out, you can get some coffee, you can get some memorabilia, posters, coffee mugs, everything. I just had to get it. It had to be done. But it's a really nice place here. The owner Phil was really sound. He came over and he was chatting away to me. For a little bit, he was quite busy. But everyone here has just been such a good vibe. We just couldn't wait to bring the muscle Mustang here. But I honestly think you can bring anything you liked, and it would be appreciated, and people will just chat away to you. What a class place, definitely well worth the visit. And all the roads around here are really cool, really nice, great scenic views, and you see a lot of special machinery on them as well. It's a special place. It's a really nice vibe, but it has to be, you have to come over and see it, because I'm just so glad that I got here today. The car park is starting to fill up a little bit now too, and a few nice bits of machinery. But if you stay here all day, you're guaranteed to see nice cars passing by, passing through, stopping for a bit, chatting, cups of coffee. On any day of the week, I think. Mainly the weekends are absolutely rammed. It might be a little bit uncomfortable, but check it out during the week for a few special bits and pieces. Nice areas all around. And I'm going to check out some more of the Cotswolds to see what I can get out of this Mustang while it's dry, while it stopped raining finally at last. Listen to that bad boy start up. So, welcome to the Mustang V8 Bullitt Special Edition. It's a 5.0 and it's got 277 kilograms of CO2 spewing out of it. I've been in the Mustang Bullitt a few days now. The first day was a bit of a nightmare, because when I picked up the car it had a flat tire, so it had to get changed straight away, and a little bit of testing, rotating, but I had to make it to a boat, so that didn't help matters. What it gives you over the normal GT is an extra bit of oomph. You've got 469 PS. You've also got that awesome V8 and that down change. When you're changing gears, it's just so much fun to play with. It's great audible fun. It's a real looker on the outside. I've been stopped 3 or 4 times already by people wanting to ask questions about it, and like happily chat for hours, but unfortunately I'm limited for time and I've had to move on. But everywhere I go, this car has gotten such good vibes off people. Like normally when you're in a 76,000 euro car, people tend to look down their nose at you. The Mustang doesn't do that. It's a muscle car, it's an old school car. It's got an awful lot of history to it. and it's something that people look fondly on. The Bullitt version obviously plays on the movie and the 50th anniversary back in 2018. This is the 2019 edition, and it's all about rawr. The best thing about the car, it's a lovely engine. The tyres are so big that they tend to tramline on rough roads. Now I've finally gotten some smooth roads and they're working lovely. Nice smooth drive, great cornering ability, holds the road. The last few days have been in torrential rain and the dark, and I've had to take it very carefully. There's a stick on the road, there's an Aston Martin, very nice. I've had to be very careful on the roads and learn how to use this car, because there's an awful lot of muscle and an awful lot of weight behind it as well. If you lose that weight due to aquaplaning on roads that you don't know, you're in serious trouble. It's so gutsy. It's fantastic. On the options list, it's limited because you get an awful lot with this. On the Ford Ireland site, I only seen green as the option. That's in memory to the film. You can get black, but I would say that's a special order option that would take a long time to come. But this is in that Highland green, and it's nice and it works really well. I've seen other normal Mustangs and driven them in orange, yellow, black. Black's lovely, silver. So the normal 2.3 litre BlueTech is a lovely engine, and I saw that as being the prime car that would be sold in Ireland, and I've seen a lot of them around. The Bullitt gets a lot of attention because it's debadged. There's no Mustang on the grille, there's no Mustang on the boot. I had a guy today stop me, and he was sitting in his car waiting for me to come back after my breakfast. Wanted to ask me about it because there was no insignia. He just said it was this really strange looking car. He knew it was a Ford Mustang, but it had been, debadged as it were, and he didn't quite know what was going on. He was asking what factory was it made in. I suppose with he should have known the Irish plates. He's English, but so I explained the whole thing to him, that it's the Bullitt insignia, the Bullitt version of the Mustang. It's still got that 5 litre V8, but it's got an extra little bit of power, so it's 469 brake horsepower. On the inside, it's got this lovely carbon metal. You got Bullitt insignia on the steering wheel and on the dash. The soft leather dash is really, really nice. It's got Recaro seats. You can also option automatic seats as well with memory function, heating and cooling. Again, the Recaros are great for if you're really planting it, if you're going to track day it. If you're going to drive this a lot, I think I'd recommend the more comfortable versions, because these are solid seats, very hip hugging, and on long journeys, you really do feel it. Track days would be perfect though. Nice seats though, lovely looking, great quality covers. You've got Ford's Sync 3 system, which works really, really well with my Apple iPhone anyway, and it also works with Android. You hook it up and you download the Ford Sync app, and it basically will mirror all of your applications from your phone onto the screen. At the moment I'm using Google Maps and I'm using Spotify, and they both work really, really well. You can sync it to Siri to ask it some commands, local restaurants, hotels, petrol stations. This isn't too bad. I've only filled it up once so far, and every time I filled it up, it's estimating about 600 kilometers out of the tank. That's pretty reasonable, seeing as how I've been stuck in both congested traffic and motorways, long drives, so I've done a bit of both. and I've stopped a few times because the scenery is just amazing down here in and around the Cotswolds, Shrewsbury. It's gotten much nicer now this afternoon. This morning and yesterday were just dreadful with the rain. That's pretty much it for the technology. The Sync 3 system, as I say, works really well. The onboard tech is reasonably fine. It works well. I've spoken to people who really like the Ford system. I think it could do with a little bit of a graphics update. Just give it a bit of a sharper edge. It's a little bit soft. Nice colours. Works really well at night. You've also got interior ambient lighting available on this. At the moment it's set to purple, so last night it's purple on the cup holders, purple on the door handles, and you've got a great graphics screen in the binnacles. So I've got the rev counter goes all the way from the left hand side across the top and to the right. I haven't managed to get it over to the 7,000 rev range at all. It's too dangerous to play that on public roads, but if you had it on a track, I'd say you'd definitely get it up into that range. There's 6-speed gears with the Bullitt. It's manual only. If you get the normal Mustang 5-litre V8, you can also option an automatic, and with that on the key fob you can start it up remotely, which is kind of cool. It's a pretty cool option. As well on this you got a class Bang & Olufsen stereo. It's really good, bangs out the tunes. Really good sound off it. You can adjust the EQ. It's not an awful lot of adjustment required on it really, as it is, it's quite good. Not an awful lot of road noise in here. I'm only using the GoPro mic at the moment, so it probably will sound quite boomy, but when you got the stereo on, it sounds great. That Bang & Olufsen stereo is fantastic. There's 10 interior speakers and they've all been tuned to the dimensions of this cabin specifically. Reasonable visibility all around. You do need the rear camera. I've had to clean it a few times after the weather. Opens up on the 8-inch screen, and you've also got parking sensors as well. So I found it quite good to use. Blind spots on the back left and the rear 3/4. Not much visibility, but I do love those downshifts. They're so good. Like this, that's what makes the whole character of the car. And people do look when you're doing it, and it does it naturally, so you're not doing it to show off, you're just down changing gears to slow down. People do look, but it's approvingly. You definitely get approving looks with this car. I think people really like it, and I've washed it now and it looks great. There was some guys doing some jet washes as I drove past, and as I was waiting for it to be finished off, of course I got talking to someone asking me all about it, and he said he used to drive a lot, and he's all these cars that he used to have, all these old English ones that I wouldn't really know much about back in the 50s and 60s. But it's been really great to talk to people about this car. Like I've really enjoyed people coming up and asking me questions about it, and what it's like to drive, and then they tell me without question, they always tell me about their own driving history, their own cars that they've had and enjoyed, and it's just such a great vibe. It's a really good vibe off people with this car. This car is called a muscle car for a reason. I'm pretty much getting a workout as I drive it. Now you can change the driving modes, you can change the steering, you can change the throttle response. There's dampers, there's a few different settings that you can change all the settings, and it adjusts it from, you've got normal mode, sport plus, racing, and then you've also got snow and wet. Wet came in very handy last night. Interior stutter. It's good, isn't it? The weather's only shocking at the moment, but you can get a lovely burble off the engine. Did you hear that? That was so good, isn't it? It's because I'm driving very close to walls. and it sounds pretty magnificent. And it's got this lovely rattly ripple when you leave it long enough. It's just all about the exhaust and the big V8 in this. So there you go, that was one of the best road trips I've ever taken, Caffeine Machine in a Mustang Bullitt. I hope you really enjoyed this video, and there's more of these epic adventures to come.